You're listening to the C1D Paintball Podcast.
Hey everybody, Andrew C1D Paintball. Welcome to the C1D Paintball Podcast, Season 2, Episode 12. I am joined today, I think this is the regular crew. I have Mike.
How's it going, guys?
I've got Connor.
Boys, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. And I have from his paintball lair, Jeff.
Good evening.
Okay, so where do we start? We start by saying thanks for listening. Listen to it till the end, because then we give a super secret thing that will make your life so much better. Much more rewarding than those videos on Facebook that show you somebody doing something that should take 30 seconds, but it takes 10 minutes. Because we take an hour.
It's the secret to life.
It's the secret to life. Life eternal. And yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, the video version, thank you. And if you don't know that those two things coexist, then subscribe to both. Okay, so we had a play date. We had a play date. All our friends came out, and we played on Saturday morning. And Jeff and I actually went back and forth because there was supposed to be rain. And there was supposed to be like thunderstorms and heavy rain. And I was optimistic that there was only 35% chance for the first hour and a half. And it was pouring for that hour and a half. But Connor, honestly, how fun was it?
I know it was fun, but all my friends call me a liar. Because you said it wasn't going to rain. And they all canceled because it was going to rain. And yeah, but no, they missed out. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. They missed out.
It was fun. How great of a day we had, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a day, and it is the last event before D-Day, which is nice because, you know, the weekend before, not all of us are lucky enough as Mike to play with his wife every time at paintball, so it's the honey-do list, making sure everything's good. Am I correct, Jeff?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was up to 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. No rooms to paint or anything last minute next week?
Nope. Everything's done. Everything's pretty much done now.
All right, cool. Well, let's talk about what I thought was like a good old school kind of C1D game day. There was in the end there was a dozen of us. We didn't know how many people were going to show up. Obviously because of the rain and that, and it started by so Mike, you were in the shower getting ready to drive up from the States, and explain what happened when you're just trying to get the conditioner out of your hair.
Yeah, just trying to get out the door because we were running a little late to begin with. I'm in the shower, my wife's brushing her teeth. We got everything packed. We're pretty well ready to go, but we were questioning whether or not we were going to go either because it was raining pretty good here, and we started to hear a little bit of thunder, and then all of a sudden, just crash, the loudest noise you've ever heard. It didn't even sound like lightning or thunder, to be honest. And my wife, Miranda, was like, "Oh my God, I think that just hit in the backyard, like by your boat or something." I was like, "Wow, yeah, I heard it." And then, so I'm, still showering. And 2 minutes later, she goes, "Oh my God." Like, what? She's like, "The tree's on fire." I was like, no way. Sure enough, I go out and there's like a 20-foot flame going up the entire tree. I didn't even know what to think. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. But so, yeah, it took us a little longer to get to paintball that day, but we managed to get it put out, make sure the house was safe, make sure everything was safe. But yeah, quite the eventful morning before paintball for sure.
I was baffled you guys even came in the end.
Yeah,
whole time we were driving there, we were like, "Oh, if there's lightning, like, yeah, we're gonna be inside." Like, we just watched a tree get annihilated.
Yeah.
So we're at paintball. We had 7 of us to start off, and we're looking at the messages, Facebook Messenger or Discord, wherever, just on our apps there, seeing who's coming, and just And we see this by Mike, and the joke I make is like, well, that's one hell of an excuse, you know. Where'd he pull that video out of YouTube? But we see the pictures, we know it's real. And we played about an hour and a half, and it's like, yeah, we're still coming. It's like, no, they don't have to come. And it's Connor, you pointed out, we're in the safe zone on Market, and it's like Mike and Miranda are here, and it was still pouring, and it's like, oh my God. But then it stopped raining. And it was pretty good for the rest of the day. But I want to talk about...
You brought that sunshine.
You did bring the sunshine. We'll talk, I guess, a little bit about the first couple of games. We played about 6 games, and we took 3 group pictures on the day because we didn't know who was going to be there. And at the end, it was pretty good. I think we had a dozen of us. But... yeah, the first few games at Village, and I'll let Connor and Jeff talk about it. But the only thing I'm going to say is, seconds into the first game, and it was about the third game, it was really, really raining hard. We played 5 or 6 games up on Village, which is where you want to play when it's raining because you got the trees, even though the leaves aren't quite in yet, and lots of buildings. But seconds into it, thunder into that first game, and at least it's going to look good on the videos. But yeah, the thunder came in. So, Jeff, how did you enjoy yourself? You were stuck with me, Green Rental, and Gene against Connor, Mikey, and Trent. And yeah. So how did you enjoy the rain portion in the Village, Jeff? Whoever you are.
Well, I work outdoors most of the time, so it didn't really bother me. It was just getting used to just kneeling in the mud. It was just like you got nothing going. Okay, I just feel it. You just feel it creeping. Going, okay, I'm wet now. Now I can play. It was fun. It was different. It didn't affect the paint as much as I thought it would. It was just it was a bit harder. The rain wasn't hard, but it was just there was enough mist and there was enough fog and it was fun. It was a lot of fun until I took a headshot and the paint spurted down inside my mask through the vent holes on top of the grill. And it's like, at first I thought, okay, I'm good. I wipe it. I'm like, I can't clean it. Then I realized it was in my mask and going, okay, I'm toast. Right down the. So I think it was Connor got me with that. I'm not sure.
Connor got karma.
I'll blame him anyways.
I tell you what, the buildings, the buildings have a lot of corrugated roofs, but they have no gutter. So I'll let you finish in a second, but karma was on your side as far as Connor getting you in the mask, and you can do that karma thanks to the lack of Eastroff. But Jeff, we actually won, I think, at least one game versus the Young Bucks there.
You guys won the majority of the games.
On Village?
Well, it was about 50-50.
Oh.
It was.
Yeah. No, it was not. I mean, I guess it looks lopsided on paper, but you can say the same thing with like Toronto, Florida, where one team looks good on paper, but then they can't put it together.
It was pretty even. It was pretty even. It was nice. Yeah. The ambiance.
It was even.
Now, Connor, explain what happened when you were up back of this building and it starts to rain a little harder.
Yeah. I was behind this little building, just like a one-room little Minecraft box, basically. It's like, I don't know. It's
Miranda's building.
No.
That's Miranda's building. She's always hugging that building there.
At her cabin.
Yep.
Cabin in Mount Rigo. Yeah, so I was camping out there. She gave me the keys, so I was just camping out there. And I was just behind it, and I see Gene make a run spawn 3 to 4, so on that cliff side where the little ravine is to the lower spawn. And I'm trying to get him, and I missed. I think I got close, but I didn't get him. And so I repositioned on the corner of the building to try to get like the best shot possible on him. And I was like right on the corner of the building where all the water was pouring down. And it was like streaming down because it was raining super hard. After that game, I checked, it wasn't nowhere near pouring as much. it's like I was taking like how much water comes out of a bathtub at once, but it was a shower of it. I got drenched.
On top of
Got
your
all
head.
of my mask down. Like I needed
Oh,
windshield
no.
wipers on the inside and outside of my mask.
Oh,
All I
no.
tasted was like just like shit in my mouth. It was so gross. So I called myself out. I couldn't like. I was like
game ended,
waterboarding
actually.
myself, trying to get him out.
Oh my god.
This Thursday we're releasing the video. Yeah, the game ended, and you're kind of like, okay, good.
glub glub glub. That's all you can hear.
I wore my
hopefully
baseball hat. Yeah, you didn't have anything on your head, and I mean, you were just. It looked like you got out of the shower. It was.
It was cold. It was cold.
hilarious.
Too.
Oh
The
yeah,
worst
Chris.
About
Did
that
you
one.
Did you take your lens right out when you got home?
I didn't.
I
I think we're.
I think I will tomorrow morning.
Oh.
That's true. It can screw
Okay.
up the glue on it, but that's okay.
You might want to double
No, I
check that.
mean,
That wasn't too
I
bad.
think the
went
worst
through
part
it.
about it, Jeff saying that like once you get wet, you're good. Personally, I think the worst thing about the day though was playing and stopping. It's like
Mhm.
you get wet, you take off wet stuff like maybe your mask and your gloves, and having to put it like back on is what sucks. Because I don't mind getting
Yep.
wet and dirty, but it's like putting it back on once you take it off, and it's like, oh wow, now I'm free, and you have to go back into the confinement or whatever, the moisture.
Yeah, I
Well-
work a lot outside, so it's like after my
We have no
lunch break.
sympathy for you.
Yeah, yeah. So I know exactly
Actually,
how
that's
it
good.
is. Like it's
Go
just like
there.
going back to work after lunch. It's like all wet.
Exactly. No, it
do
sucks. Yeah,
What-
no, if you keep moving, it's fine.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
when we had the 4-on-3, there was a couple of games that were a little bit more stealthy. And, just the sound of the rain hitting the ground. And when you go in the building on those corrugated roofs, just the pinging on top, it's loud, but it's quiet at the same time. And it really created a really wicked atmosphere. The rain was a little coldish, but no, it got you going. I was going to wear just my jersey with my little 56 rig there, the Vietnam one, but I brought my full vest. It's like, I'm going to try to stay warm. But Connor, you were just wearing your compression, your full length compression in your jersey on top. And that Purple Haze jersey looked extra glistening on you as you were prone at one, weren't you prone? You were on one knee and you were trying to hold green rental in a building. And I see you there. And when I reviewed the video of it, I mean, you can see your mask and your camera, it's beating off. And and your marker's just going slowly down a bit as you're waiting. It's like maybe slowly giving up.
Is it really worth the kill?
Yeah.
It was worth it in that game because what did he represent in that game, if you remember? He was
For Green Rental?
Yeah, he was the last guy standing. Why was that important
was-
to you?
yeah.
Why was it important to me?
Yeah, it should have been important. You freaking aced that game.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, did
Okay, I
you?
didn't know what you were
Oh, I
fishing for.
forgot.
If we're giving him an award, because I mean, I think he kicked butt in that game.
He did
Lock it
really
down.
well. Jeff, how many
Long.
times is he the last man standing on our team up there? Every game he would win?
Pretty much, yeah.
And that's not because he like just stays in one spot either.
Oh,
He
no,
moves
no,
around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
No,
clever with his moves.
We finished the game.
You got an ace, did you?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I think Trent got one when we were doing the games downstairs. He got all three of you guys.
Yeah,
they
that's
did.
true. That's when the kids were up top.
By the way,
Mhm.
Trent,
Yep.
3 is not an ace. It needs to be more than 3.
Well,
Tough.
aces.
Yeah,
Ace could be one if you really think about it.
5
yeah,
is an
five,
ace.
five,
Only
five,
if you're playing Rainbow.
Five's an ace. Okay.
yeah,
Trent,
no.
until I shoot you in the throat, I'm setting some hard boundaries for you, kid. For those who don't know, he hit me twice in the throat. Otherwise, I really sound like a dick saying that.
Yeah.
No, there was some fun games, but then
Mikey.
it stops raining a bit, and there was a kids' party. That kids' party with the parents was what, Jeff? At least 20 people, I'd say.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
About 20.
So I thought we were smart. We got on top there because the kids were coming, and we said we're going to play village so they can play on market, so they can be exposed to the rain. But it was actually Trent who looked when it stopped raining, and he goes, "Look at market," because then the fog creeps in because we're on a mountain, and it's like we tell the ref, "Okay, tell the kids to come over here. We're going there now." But the only it was kind of cool in the fog before it lifted, but the field was already like so muddy. But we had a pretty decent time, and I think we played 2 games before Mike joined us, and played a couple of mixed games with C1D. Then there was the bachelor party that joined us. Any thoughts on that, Mike? Mike, you're sitting there listening to us talk about the first little part. How about when you got in there, that bachelor party, who you joined and played after we left, even, right?
Yeah, I think we played 1 or 2 games throughout the day with them. They were good people. Those first 2 games, I don't know what was wrong, but I literally got eliminated in the first 30 seconds. I was just trying to get to really good spots, so I don't have much to say on the games. But they were a wild little bunch. I mean, they were just scurrying all over the field and having a good time, and you know, when they want to play with a group of people like us, you know, it was pretty cool. But we ended up playing. Yeah, it was actually really cool. I forgot about this until right now. I don't know if you guys have done it, but I've never done it with you guys. So they were playing on tire ball, and we asked if we could join. Well, we didn't know they were playing on tire ball. We just knew they were upstairs. So we radioed up and we said, "Hey, there's like 8 of us or something, 5, 6, 7 of us. You mind if we join your group again?" And they're like, yeah, come on up. And they happen to be on tire ball. So imagine that whole group plus us. Like, how are we going to play on tire ball? Well, what they did was, I believe it was 5 in. So it was 5v5. And then the remaining people on each team stood by the spawns in a line. And as soon as someone got eliminated, they came and tagged another person in.
Oh, wow.
So cool. It was like you had reserves until you ran out. And it was actually really, really cool. And everyone was respectable too, because when you were running in, no one was shooting at you as you were like spawning in. You could get in and get a spot. But I thought that was a really cool concept. And if we ever want to play tire ball and we got like, you know, over 10 people,
let's do it.
We can kind of figure that out, you know. Do 3v3s with tag-ins and stuff.
Yeah, run out of ammo, tag in.
It was a great idea.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
Run out of ammo, die, anything like that. So I thought that was really cool. And then they wanted to play a couple by themselves. I think it was their last couple games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, good group of guys.
Now, one thing that continues to amaze me every time we play it is foosball, which is a pretty simple game, always has a different element. So it was a couple of weeks back we played. It was 5-on-5 in it, which was really intense, really good time. We played when Connor's first game there, where we added some extra rules, which were nice. We had a 5-minute game, and we had where the ref can move it. Sorry. And so we decided when we were going to play foosball, it's like the veterans who'd played it before, it's like, oh, we'll just kind of sit back a little bit and we'll let those guys go in and do the dirty work. And they went in there and they went all out. And I think it's the 3rd time it's happened. We've maybe played 5 or 6 foosball games ever. It was just barely over the line, maybe 4 inches over our side at the end. And was that the game with the hell of the throw, right, Connor? The guy bombed it. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
right at the end.
He sold with it. He threw it right deep into our side. Yeah, and so we just got it back right away and got it just over the line, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty fun. But that game type,
very good throw. Shouldn't be playing paintball. You should be trying out play for the Bills or something.
Yeah. Remember those old Nerf balls that you would throw and they would whistle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should get one of those. I think we should track one of those down because
idea.
I mean, you could just listen for it.
No.
And be like, oh, it's in there. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Jeff, would you like to explain to these pups what the original Nerf footballs were like if you dropped them in a pool and squished all the water in them and they weighed, I don't know, about 8 pounds? 220.
They would any moisture is now in the. It's a giant concussion water balloon, but it didn't break. It just hit you, stuns you, and got you wet at the same time. It's just. It was a form of punishment. Actually. We would torture each other with it.
380 feet per second. You have to chrono the ball before you throw it.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Sure.
And in the mud. And at one point we just had a death match, and there was a couple of smokes thrown on the day. And Jeff, you threw a great smoke on, because I didn't know one of your smokes was a dud. It burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was most disappointed by that.
Yes.
Get your money back.
He put in,
and I needed that cover.
You threw one before. The bachelor party hadn't seen it, and we actually were able to run up a little bit. And they were actually, I tell you what, they were actually pretty good. Like, you know how you play down when you got new guys playing? But
They were
keeping pace. It's like, oh shit, I got to take this seriously. Well, not seriously, but I get to amp it up. And it was fun until I got knocked out in one game. I put a picture on our Facebook group, and I turn around the corner and I see near the front line, near the 50, well, about 2/3 away to the 50. You got Mikey there. He's got a pump, but I mean, face it, he's our professional player. You got Charlie, who's Charlie's a menace out there. That's when you're playing against him. Otherwise, if he's on your team, your best friend. Then I look and I see on the enclave, Connor's there, and it's like, oh no, that's not good. Then I see hunched over this player that I know that silhouette. It's like, yeah, that's Miranda. And these four are just sitting back and just tapping everybody out, having a grand old time as I walk off. And in the picture, you just see my hand out like, what the hell is this? No wonder I went around on the left side.
Yeah, I don't know who made that team, but they were cheating.
Oh,
No.
Popsicle sticks.
The popsicle
They
sticks.
rigged the popsicle stick.
The popsicle sticks once again did a great job, and we had just the 7 of us. I'm telling you, the popsicle sticks of destiny. They were the player of the year for 2024 for C1D, by the way. I should get a plaque made for that. Nerf Scream footballs have been discontinued a long time. $125 on eBay. Discontinued. Like bombs coming in. No. I wonder if my microphone.
Basically, yeah. Not fighting lawn darts anymore.
Oh yeah, lawn darts back in the day. I get it. So what happened after we left? We went down. We played a couple of games of on base. Honest to God, I didn't realize it till after, Mike, where I got you on the side of the mask. It looks like I was being arrogant, like asking, is Mike out? And Connor's like, yeah, Mike's out. No, I couldn't see you because I just saw your mask and I shot and you pulled away, and it's like, is he there? And then when I saw the video, it's like, once again, oh, I look like a dick. It's like, is Mike
No,
there?
that was a
hit him.
killer shot.
That was a lucky freaking shot.
Did I get him? Yeah, no, that was a good shot.
Went viral too on
How was
TikTok. Went TikTok viral.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Did it go
Yeah,
TikTok?
28
viral?
likes last time I saw.
Pinball
28,
cheater.
That's
I'll
Are you
big.
serious?
That's big. Yeah.
Wow,
I'll
'cause
take my
28
check whenever.
28 views is like viral for C1D.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Filmed it. I filmed it.
Oh.
All the other videos I didn't film. So
It'll be a 3-way split.
It'll be a three-way.
exactly. The actor, the director, and bum with the blue lights in his room that did it for 2 seconds. So
Okay.
gets the smallest cut.
You're being rude. You're being rude to the Discord people because there is a blue light behind me. Trent did get an ace that game. He did get 3 of us. I'll call it an ace. An ace is an ace. Running down the middle with his 2 pistols. And yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Trent, your day will come. Your day will come. You'll feel the wrath of my mighty TMC. So what happened after we left again? You said you went up there, played a couple games on Village, and considering you had
we
a
played
fire...
We played 2 games because we switched sides.
Okay.
Because in my video, I don't know if you picked up on it, but I managed to get you back the next game before my marker just started farting all over the field.
Oh yeah, you got me right in the gut.
I got you, right in the back.
And then
you
you did
looked
a
at me and you're
backflip.
like, yeah. I was wicked. I didn't feel that till the next morning, but I don't know how I didn't just snap my camera off, break my neck, break my ankle, because I don't do that kind of stuff. Like I can get up off the couch just right and tweak my back, but I just didn't want to get shot, and I had gotten you with the one perfect shot, and it was like I felt like I was in the zone, so I had to, not get eliminated. So I did this crazy backflip roll thing,
It
and I hear
worked.
Mikey go, "You're a savage." And then I don't know who I was fighting in the middle building, but then I think what happened is a ball broke in my mag, and I think it got caught in the bolt, like a shard of my ball, and it wouldn't let the bolt come
Retract.
back, and yeah, because I've never heard a marker make that sound. I've heard like a short burst of air like that, like when you're out of air. But this was just the loudest farting sound for like 10 seconds. I couldn't do
Oh
anything. I couldn't turn it
yeah,
off. I couldn't do
yeah.
anything.
By the way,
I
the
remember
only
that
thing
noise. I was like, what the?
that happened 2 in a row. Then I remember they're trying to fix it up too, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
well,
ended up finding a little shard of ball in the bolt, so we took that out, and that was all it was.
speaking of that viral TikTok video, viral for C1D, unfortunately, not unfortunately, the kids from the kids' hockey party were watching, and you can hear in the background, "Hey, do you guys play Call of Duty? You guys are really good."
Yeah, yeah. Hey, they were getting me going.
Yeah, they're fun. Shoot us! Shoot us! Shoot us! I shoot up the gallery, and one kid swears. All right, who did that? And they all went, "This guy."
Yeah, but so anyway, we went up and we played those game or two on Tire Ball with the bachelor party, and like I said, they wanted to go. I think they either went down to base. Yeah, they went down to base, and they just wanted to play their last game or two before they left. And we had 5 people left. It was me, Mikey, Trent, Miranda, and Gene. If I hope I got that right. So obviously it was uneven teams, but we were already sitting at Tire Ball, so we decided to, we love Tire Ball, we love those games, and
Yeah, nice
obviously
footage.
we put Mikey. Yeah, we put Mikey on the team with 2 people, obviously, and him and Gene are both really good players, so we're like, 2 against 3. I think, we'll do all right. I think we only played one. I don't remember what happened, but yeah, we played one game. It was a intense, crazy firefight, and of course, if you've watched the video, halfway through the game, you see Gene crawling just like he does on Tire
That's what
Ball.
he
But I saw
does.
him this time, so
Good.
as soon as I yell, "Gene's crawling to the left," you see him like start to boogie, and Mikey's in the back. He actually switched to a speedball gun. Obviously, he was being, he was holding back, but until it was 3v1 because Miranda took out Gene on
Oh
the
no.
left side behind the tires. So it was 3v1 and Mikey's in the back. Like that's when he started actually using the gun the way it's supposed to be used. And I managed to, for the first time in a long time, get Mikey. And the only reason I did because it was 3v1. He didn't see me creeping up to the middle, and he's used to playing speedball with full bunkers, right?
Yeah.
So if you're sitting behind one in cover, your legs aren't showing. Well,
Hmm.
I think in his head he didn't think his legs were showing, and I had like 4 inches in between 2 tires, and I was like, "That's the only way I'm gonna get him because he's way too fast for me to shoot him. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get him otherwise." So I just took a perfect shot, 2 shots in between the tire, and I got him in the leg. End of the game. Felt
See,
pretty good because it'll be the first and last time in a really long time that happens.
I think I hit Mikey twice one day last year, and both times are on the hand. Poor guy. By the way, you can say thank you because you remember your foot sticking out in Market. You're behind a
Mm-hmm.
cube that had rounded corners, and the old man was going
Yep.
for your head, but it went bloop down and it hit you in the foot. And I've claimed that's where I was aiming ever since.
You're a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman and a scholar. I'm neither of those. Oh, so
Yeah, we just kind of hung out up there. We were the last ones there. We hung out for a while. The bachelor party left, and we were just shooting the shit on the porch. And all of a sudden, like me and Miranda were packing up and talking, and all of a sudden I look over and they're like sweeping the porch, like looking at us like, what are you guys still doing here? Like, we're like, oh yeah, I guess we'll probably get going now. But I think we
Good for
just
half
barely
day.
made the border. They
Well,
closed at 6. We just barely made it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was in
Well,
the
you know,
chat. In the chat, by the way, Trent. Yeah, Trent got green mental. Those 4. You know those things I donated to the field last year. Those big collapsible containers. That's the container he shot him
Yep.
behind, right, Connor? There's just a,
Yeah.
there's just a gap or 3 or 4 inches. So if you think about it, the ball's arc. He somehow got it right through there and hit him clean through it. So
I always try to shoot people through there because Nick has a very, like, if he spawns on White House, he's always crosses over there behind that one stack container that you're talking about. And I always try to shoot him through that thing, and I can never get him. Must be an angle thing, but
I had a pretty crazy shot too. I don't think I told you about it, Dad, but it was the game we were playing on Market,
okay.
where we had that setup that you said, where there's the 4 of us there. It was when I flanked around and I got Gene. There was one guy left on their team, and he was behind a 2 stack of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I shot him in between, and raising my marker, I had 1 ball. I got him. I couldn't believe it. And like, I asked him, "Did I hit you?" And he's like, "Yeah." Pretty crazy.
No, it was
Hell yeah.
no. I really enjoy the fact that it's before D-Day, because I mean we always go out there just to screw around, have fun. I mean there we are in the rain, you know, it's got freaking trees on fire in the backyard, and just like it's gonna rain, but I still got his ass over there, out to the field, and we had our first ever captain's barbecue after the game. There was only 3 people there, and 2 of them lived in the house, so. Jeff was there. He ate all the shrimp and 4 hot dogs. And all I know is I turned around and, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but the strawberry shortcake was gone. Did you in fact bring the strawberry shortcake? You brought it home, my friend.
Yeah, I did. Because if I was coming home that late after saying I would be home around 2, and it's now like 4:45, I had to bring something to the door.
Otherwise, you'd be
I've been
grounded.
offering
Smart
some
man.
food.
Smart man.
It didn't help. It didn't help.
And then, of course,
Oh, no.
it's been raining on and off all day, so I take my vest instead of hosing and I throw it on the back deck. It stops raining. So I got to hose that damn thing off.
Oh, no.
No, so we have that event. Then we have D-Day. We had this event. We got D-Day. Then the 2 weeks after that, I'll have to see if I'm in town. But this is when the heat starts. We had all this rain. It was cold. But the humidity is going to start. And I swear, D-Day is always the hottest. You're running around for the longest time. But if we continue the schedule of every 2 weeks, which we've been doing religiously since March this year, and conceivably, maybe should have been a rain out, but look, we had a ball. But we're going to be heading into 3 or 4 weekends where it could be like ridiculously hot. But hey, the leaves are growing in, the field's changing. They've been working on the terminal field a lot, I've been told. I didn't get to see it on this Saturday, but apparently there's a good chance we'll be playing finally on that field this year, which will mean a lot of really, really good things up there. But
That'll be nice. I've been waiting so long for that.
So I'm happy we've had this conversation because now we know how to play tire ball with all the guys. So we add another field to the mix and even strategy. I've run it by you, Connor. I think I might have mentioned it to Jeff. Here's a thought. So Village has 4 unique spawn points. I mean, some of the fields have unique spawn points, so the base does. Theoretically, you're going to have that at Market. But in Village, if you have 4, let's say each team has 6 players, you have 2 spawn points. Like you have 1 and 3, and the other team will have 2 and 4. What happens is everybody's in the safe zone. The referee takes the one team out. They go in 1 and 3. They sit down inside it so you can't see them. They close their eyes like good boys and girls. The other team comes out. They weren't looking either. And they're allowed to put whoever they want on the other 2 spawn points. So you could put all 6 in one. You could put 1 in one. You can split them even. And you're sitting there waiting. And when the ref blows a whistle, you stand up, you're blind, and you just see what happens. So I thought that might be a fun game type to try.
I know it'd be cool. I think it could work. There just has to be like some little things, like even closing your eyes and sitting down,
Crouching.
and you can still hear the people going.
That's true.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's why you probably just get, I don't know, I think of somebody, Nick. Nick sometimes has a speaker. Get him to bring that and blast music super duper loud. And the other team comes out so you don't hear where they're walking to. But no, I mean,
Right.
it'd be really cool.
Be good to try out. Oh, by the way, it was raining so hard on Saturday at Village that they actually turned the lights on, which added
Yeah.
to the ambiance again, because with the mist, it kind of lit up the water around it, so like an aura around the lights. So it was, I'm really
I'm so
nerding out.
jealous I missed it.
Really nerding out looking at the video footage of that, like really nerding out on that one, because it's so cool. I've already done one video, the uncut footage, the raw, where nothing's said over it, and it's following Connor around, because I can't keep my big mouth shut while he's talking, but Connor walking around the field with rain and that, and it was pretty nice. So okay, we're
Yeah, we were
37.
driving up through the mountains like right before we got to the field, and it was nice and foggy, and I was like, man, I knew we had a ton of time to get ready and stuff like that. It takes us a while to get ready, but I was like, I hope that this fog is in the woods, because I really want that. That's why I brought it up to you when I got there. It's like, oh man, the fog's gone.
It's true, because I mentioned how Trent's like, hey man, Mark, it's got fog, let's go there now. By the time we geared up, it was almost all lifted away. But yeah, it was something.
Like you couldn't even see White House from the woods.
It's true.
Really?
It's true, yeah. But we did send the kids there to get wet at first. All right, we're 38 minutes into the podcast today. Has anybody else hit us up on any topics? Like I said, I'm going in not hibernation mode, but oh yeah, did you say your canopy? Your canopy, you didn't get that replaced, right, Jeff? I should ask you this offline. I can get a third one now.
Okay, get a third one, just in
Okay.
case. I'm waiting for the replacement cover to come, but I don't know if it's going to make it in time.
Okay. Well, I'll bring 3. I've also got a tent, like a big awning.
A screen tent.
A screen tent, exactly. Connor, you got your hand up?
I have a question. Well, not a question. I have a thing to talk about. So,
Okay.
yeah, well, it's nothing too exciting, but it was just funny is that from the birthday party, it wasn't a bachelor party, it was a birthday party for the guy in pink.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Do we
is
have to
that,
re-record?
I know we have to restart, guys. But no, he was nice because I spoke to him a lot. I didn't know his name. I just called him Pinky because he had like a pink outfit, and he responded when I called him Pinky. So, yeah. But no, I mean they're fun to communicate with and stuff. And I think the first few games I was trying to strategize with them, but that one game where it was me and Miranda, I literally pulled her right away. I didn't tell her that like, hey, you're with me. I'm like, Miranda, follow me. Let's go. But we had kind of all of our experienced players go left.
I know.
And so it was Trent all alone on that right side. And I guess, I don't know what happened, but none of them crossed the road. Like, we really messed up on our push on that right side. So it's super funny. He kind of realized, oh, God, guys, like, we're screwed. We got to run up. So he told me he's trying to talk to them. He's hyping them up. He's like, guys, I got to smoke. We all got to run up, okay? Throws it, like runs through and is like, guys, let's go. And I look over and I see it, like him, like whatever. He's in the road, literally looking backwards, like, guys, come on. And then nobody followed him. Yeah, and he got murdered. Nobody.
And then even after that,
was
nobody
there.
utilized that smoke. It just sat there.
That was his own smoke. Like the smoke went there, and there's a guy in front of me. There's a rental in front of me, and I go, get your gun ready on the left. I said something like that. I said, gun up on the left, marker up on the left. And I had my marker down, and this guy just slam-basted him.
We had to have a group talk after that game. That was like, that's not how a team is. Come on, we all die together on the suicide
To
truck.
be
Like,
fair,
come on, boys.
I had a murderous angle on that smoke, and then someone was to the left of me, just absolutely sending balls. I'm thinking it was one of the rentals. It might have been
there you
Jeff,
go.
but somebody
Yeah,
was
Jeff.
to the left of me, just sending balls. And I was like, yeah, even if they would have pushed, like if 6 people would have pushed, I think 4 or 5 of them would have got just destroyed, smoke or not.
I can nag on him.
They were pretty. I like their enthusiasm in foosball. Like they were communicating well. Like the only thing I told them is just keep an eye on the ball. Let us know where the ball is. And I would say, "Where's the ball?" Of course, I'm asking this because I don't know where the damn thing is. And they were pretty active on it. And until the one time I said, "Throw it by the road." You know, the road in front of the safe zone. You know, that's actually, you know what? We should probably make a rule that you can't throw it there because that's a cheap place to throw it because it's suicide.
Yeah, I was gonna. I made a joke to Mikey that we should throw it there, but like your side didn't have mud. Our side was all the muddy road. It would have been impossible if it landed in there.
Well, when I told the guy to throw it on the road, he actually looked at the other road. It's like, no, don't throw it there, man.
Okay, I have a legitimate question for y'all this time for foosball.
A legitimate question. Okay, I'll legitimately try to answer.
Because that was my first time playing it like myself.
Okay.
And a big problem I had is that Trent was like the only person on our team that knew where the ball was.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, nobody had any idea of where it was on our team. And that's why when I was the ref for it, I tried to stand on the side of where it is. Like
you had a flag to mark it.
Sorry,
that was perfect.
Yeah, like the first down marker.
Do you think that should be a thing, or do you think you should have a team you have to communicate to find where the ball is? Because otherwise, I just found it was way too difficult to find. I didn't know that it was an inch on your side to win the game, even. Because I would have ran up much sooner if I knew it was there. So
I had a better time. I think I've only played it twice, maybe 3 times, but I had a better time at least knowing where the ball was, obviously, when you were standing there with the flag, because I was paying attention to you anytime I didn't know where the ball was. And then it's like, okay, I'm still not be able to see it, but at least I know that it's 10 feet in front of me. Or what is it?
Yeah.
3.2 meters.
For sure. But I mean, it was also pretty chaotic too. Like Thomas said,
I think,
I had to be better at tracking it, but it was also like, I think 14 on each side.
There was a lot of shots.
So I mean, it's difficult, and everybody's.
It depends on how many people you have.
Fire than they were for the ball.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If you have a smaller game, then having the flag is good. But if you got, yeah, I guess. But if you have 14 people on one side, I mean, somebody should be able to find the damn ball. Like, you shouldn't need a ref.
My opinion is,
but that's why I mentioned the whistling thing, because I never know when someone's throwing it or when it lands or anything. So I was kind of making a joke, but at the same time, I was being kind of realistic about liking to know where it's going, or at least hearing that it's being thrown again.
You can do variants on it.
So
you got an extra ref or a person sitting off. They can be the linesman, showing where it's going. You can even do something like have the ref actively say the ball is being thrown back. It's just variants on it. Just like when like I said earlier, we played 5-on-5. It was wild. It was really wild. I thought that wasn't enough players. And we were all zoned in. So it was cool. We actually kind of had positions. Trent was in the back at spawn, and there was 3 of us spread out kind of close enough to the 50, and in the middle was the 5th, who was gonna go back and forth. But anyone to get beamed with
Thomas goes, anyone to get beamed with it yet?
Not yet.
No, I don't think, not that I know of.
I hadn't seen anyone. I'm usually trying to avoid throwing it anywhere nearby.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Connor? If the enemy throws it and hits you, you're out.
I say if you catch it, you friggin' win the game. Because if they're silly enough to throw it towards somebody and you catch it,
the thing is though with that catching
snitch. The catching
rule, exactly.
I almost caught it, but like the thing is though, if there's that rule, everybody's just gonna throw it short then.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And so there has to be another incentive that you can throw it back.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
I feel like there should be like a pickleball rule. Like pickleball's like badminton, but there's the kitchen where you can't throw it. You can't serve or hit the ball like a few feet close to the net. So I think within like a certain distance of the 50 line, you shouldn't be able to throw it. Like there.
Right.
Well, we can
just have like so many.
I hate when people just drop it on the other side, especially in the middle.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that happen yet.
I don't like the middle. Yeah, it's better when they go back and forth and you kind of make them run side to side. But you know what? I think we played 6 or 7 of these games, and they've been drastically.
It's evolving, which is awesome.
Cases. It is evolving.
Yeah,
just like,
it's awesome to see it.
Even this tire ball thing can be really interesting. Like you could say limited ammo and you tap a guy in. You could do limited ammo. You can do when you're.
I had a blast. It was just such a cool concept, and me just waiting there, and then just not really anticipating wanting to see one of my teammates go out. But I was the first in line, so I was player number 6. So I was like kind of bouncing around. I was scoping everyone on the other side of the field, which is like no one really said, "Hey, too. You know." I don't know if I was supposed to or not, but I'm scoping everybody. So, but when I tagged in, I knew where everyone was, and I got a few good eliminations. And then one of the renters got, or it was either a renter, Mikey, or a renter and Mikey at the same time. But I got a whole line going down my ribs from that game.
My bet is that Mikey hit
really
so
cool.
he could unload on you. That's what he did when he made it a 1v3. He said, "I want to use this." Mikey.
Yeah, he took him out. Yeah. Oh, that's too funny.
All right. So do we have any parting shots here, gentlemen? We're approaching the 50-minute mark, and I figure my bed will feel really good. My pillow's nice and cool right now. I've had my night tea, and I'm going to be spending the next week making sure I keep my wife happy and doing pre-edits for the D-Day video because... You know, guys, I want to. Here's my disclaimer for D-Day. Last year was great. Every year we do it, it gets bigger and better. From the first event that was just Connor and I, then went up to 3, 4. We had about 16 of us. Then over 26 last year, and we could be pushing over that this year. We did well last year. We were lucky to get a nice little award thing for it. But there are lots of great teams out there. The main thing for me is seeing all the guys out there with the jerseys representing, and you know because we did well last year. A lot of people did well, and we kind of got a mark on our back to a certain degree because no one's taking us lightly, and that's great. Now I'm not pumping us up in all this. It's just that. When there's a lot of groups that come to this event every year, and people thought, you know, it's like, who was it? I think Nick said that he was talking to some people. They refer to us as the English guys in Rigo who play paintball. Nobody plays Magpie. Oh, yeah, those English guys in Rigo. So we're the English guys from Rigo. And last year kind of helped us in the community, you know, show, hey, they go out, they screw around, they kind of keep to themselves. But you know what? They can play pretty well. And when we're out there at the events, wearing our shirts and, you know, I think really representing and being gentlemen in that, what I want is I want other groups to see it. I want, if there's people like when me and Connor went 2019 that are thinking about a little group that might say, hey, that's pretty cool. And, you know, to inspire other people to really put it together. And I'm really lucky that I've got active people like you 4 here on the podcast, Mike and everything he does. Jeff is, Jeff, my paintball buddy there, who's got all experience. Connor, all the stuff he does. Nick does a lot of organizing. We've got people that do so much with the group that help out with different things. Thomas and his thing and his knowledge. Look, Trent's a guy that we met. We just met him at an event. He happens to live around the corner from us, funny enough. You know, it's important at D-Day. I'm looking forward to Saturday a lot. I'm not going to fire any shots because Sunday's the game. We're going to meet these people. It's really the best environment. And I really want to, I'm not looking to recruit people for C1D. I want us to inspire other people that understand that, you know, I get it if you want a team and you want the best players, so you try out. Just get it, you know what we are? We're just a bunch of ragtag misfits that probably couldn't punch our way out of a wet paper bag with a lot of paintball teams. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think almost every single person on our team, we wouldn't be the same without them. And the recipe we have, it's like mole. A good mole has like 30 different ingredients in it. And it just works, as opposed to, you know, jungle juice when you go to a party and everybody puts different alcohol together. We're not jungle juice. We're a fine mole. I can't believe I actually said that. It sounded much better when in my head. But no, I'm looking forward to that. And okay, guys, predictions for D-Day. I want to hear predictions for D-Day. And I'll give you an example. I think this year it's going to be intense start to finish, or at least most of the time. I think last year it dropped a little bit towards the end because it got to be a little one-sided. And we've had some great D-Days over there, but I have the feeling that there's a lot of groups that it's going to be really intense. We're going to have a lot of stories after this one. Mike, what's your prediction for D-Day this year? Prediction or hope?
Well, my prediction, I hope and predict that you're right, that maybe some of the players and the officials noticed, you know, that a lot of the opposing team was in the parking lot for the second half. You know, they were wiped out or eating or doing whatever. So maybe they can adjust to, you know, kind of fix that and see how many people are on the field to, you know, even that out. But I think that, at least me, it's like we kicked ass last year. Like we, you know, whether it was just like 3 of us doing something or 10 of us or whatever, like we did a lot. You know, I'm not bragging or whatever, but we got that awesome award and stuff. So it's like we're I don't know what the expression is, but we got a lot to look forward to. Like, you kind of want to top that, but it's like, how do you top that? So I think we're going to be pushing it to the limit out there, kicking some ass and having a lot of fun pretty much all day. So I think it'll be a good day. It's hard not to be a good day. So
Jeff, your thoughts, predictions, hopes, dreams, aspirations?
I think I agree it's going to be intense. C1D's been around and been going to D-Day for several years now, but last year seemed to be like our coming out, our blossoming, so to speak, as a team, and people realized who we were. People started noticing the logo. When people went down to Combat Zone, they saw Mike and Miranda with their jerseys, and they recognized them from D-Day. I think people are going to be paying more attention to us, and not gunning for us, but just we won't be able to go under the radar anymore. We're going to attract attention no matter where we go. Anyone has 3 or more of us in a group, there people are going, okay, watch those guys over there, but make sure they don't move on.
Yeah.
Jared who was over last night and today, said that based on last year was like one of the best D-Days outings he's had. That there's a possibility if it goes one-sided again, they actually might split us up to balance the teams, because we are always in the field and we're all so. He said to be careful, not to be careful. They said don't be surprised if they try to balance it out by splitting our team up, which will be interesting. I'm just saying that we're that type of a
see you on the field.
Like the grumpy old men. Like, they know no matter what side you put them on, they're going to play for a team.
They're good. They're on the other side, and they're good.
Yeah,
they're good. It was we were lucky to win that award last year, but I don't. You know what? No pretentious here.
Yeah.
There's no need to put an extra space behind me for another one, because there's some damn good teams out there, and the Grumpies are going to. Yeah, they are good.
Like I said, we got noticed last year, and we're not going to sneak by this year.
I think it could be a positive thing too, with like if a couple teammates behind us, a couple newcomers or whatever, and they're like, oh my God, C1D from last year, let's go help them. Let's go. Yeah. They're gonna like gravitate towards us. I think it could be you're gonna be playing and look behind you and see like 3 people just waiting what do you want us to do, guys? Like,
I learned that
I think we'll see a little bit of that.
2019, Ottawa SAS were there. And I remember seeing a
Yeah.
couple of their videos, and then I learned a lot from the field from them. Connor, you're the last man standing to comment about your thoughts on the upcoming event of the year.
Mr. Medic, ball lover.
Yeah. And, okay, I have an interesting take.
Uh-oh.
I predict, or not, I predict very hot day. Okay? And because of that, I hope for a few things. I was pretty disappointed last year to see kind of the lack of accommodation almost. I think it'd be really great if they put water in the safe zones. I think it's kind of criminal to be in the sun for that long, and if you want water, you're stopping the play, you're going back to your car. And that's like a 20-minute thing, maybe.
Pat May, our general, has assured us that there's going to be, I think, 3 cases of water in the spawn point.
Okay,
for this
perfect.
year.
Because I think last year was like really bad, and the year before I found like really, really weird. But also like I think just even tents, like you come back and sit down, like just for a little bit. Like I hope for that. It'd be nice to get people back into the game quicker, where it's like, okay, I can take a rest here rather than having to go all the way back to my car. Yep. And the thing I'm hoping for the most, I promise it's not because I'm a foodie, I hope for another food truck. Because the fact that there's one food truck for how many hundreds of people is ridiculous.
That was tough.
People come so late because they buy food and they're at the back of the line. My friend Colton showed up 45 minutes into the second half because he was in the back of the line for one hot dog or one burger, whatever.
We missed the charge.
You had to wait that long.
We missed the charge on the second half. Obviously, we were in the first initial charge, but we're sitting there like trying to do something, eat food and load up, and all of a sudden we hear everybody running. We're like, damn it.
2 words.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be longer. Like an hour is good, but you just have to have
tactical burritos, Connor. Connor picks up burritos for us the night before, and he brings it in. So maybe we'll have to have a few extra burritos for the boys.
I will add in real quick.
I think one of their stoves. Remember, one of their stoves had broken down. They were only using 2 burners instead of 4. Or something.
Oh shit!
That's probably it. But even I think the year before,
you should have another food. Yeah, even the year before was a bit sluggish on the food line.
I remember the one year where we got a little Doritos. But sorry, Mike, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, last night, me and Miranda did a bunch of ordering for last minute stuff. And so if there's anybody out there listening who has to get some last minute stuff, do it now, because some of the stuff is coming in like Thursday, Friday, and it's some vital stuff. We got this really cool thing, because we had an issue last year with tanks and pods and vests and being really hot. I don't know if you guys know, but they make a 4-in-1, 4 pods and a tank. So you can hold a 68 tank, up to a 68 tank, and have 4 pods, and it's just a belt. Eliminates all the heavy vest and all the extra stuff you need. So we both ordered one of those. We're going to try it out this year, just to lighten the load a little bit so we can stay out there on the field longer, and but yeah, anyway, get those orders in, because today might be the last day. Tomorrow might be the last day that you can actually get stuff from these websites for paintball.
Sure.
So.
All right, everybody. So we will call that a day. Podcast number 12 of the season. Season 2, episode 12. Rain, so what? Let's play. That's what I called it. But actually, officially, it's called Moisterer, because we already had a moist day. Where this was Moisterer, and we've already got, if there's another rain day, we've already got the name for that. And it's
the eye.
No, it's Moisterer. No, it's Moisterer.
Not Moisterer.
No. The graphics are done.
That's how I've been pronouncing it. I've been pronouncing it like that, but yeah,
I've already done 2 videos. I mean, one's releasing Thursday. You guys, Jesus, you guys kill me. Thanks for listening.
Go back, do them all again.
Oh, you're gonna get another headshot, kid. Thanks for listening. Remember to like it up, subscribe, so you know when these things come out. This way I feel obligated. And there's nothing better than a paintball obligation because, you know, there's already the financial obligation. You might as well have a social media one. Go out there, have fun, even if it's pouring rain, even if the water's getting behind you, behind your mask, on your face. Because at the end of the day, look at this, all this drama, it is just a game.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like us, rate us, and tell everybody about us. Thanks for listening.